What we're here to do today is talk to you about a couple things that if you see this, then you have that sort of scenario. The first that I'd like to start out with is going to be the interior of your building. And realizing this from the contractor's perspective is that I'm trained to be able to look and identify all these problems. And my bid for success for you guys is to actively work with you and your people, any of your facility managers, to be trained to look for any of these problems which I'm going to describe to you. You have to go into your building every day looking at it, looking for issues, looking for problems and defects that could potentially cause harm to the longevity of the asset itself. So the first I'd like to cover is just after a rainstorm when you're inside of your building. If you look up and you have some drop ceiling and you have ceiling tiles, what you want to look for is you want to look for moist ceiling tiles. If they catch your eye and you notice them, what I would recommend doing, especially if it's a larger stain and maybe it's brown, because this could be the first time that you're actually noticing it, you can grab something like a mop handle or a broom, just a regular any day item, or an umbrella because it was raining, and just pop that ceiling tile and poke it a little bit. You'll definitely feel the difference between a wet ceiling tile and a dry ceiling tile. And that's how you'll be able to determine whether or not that ceiling tile and that stain is old or new. The next thing that you're gonna wanna look for, this is generally something that you'll experience maybe around a windowsill or whatnot, but you can look for bubbling or cracked or just deteriorating drywall. And what that's gonna look like, that drywall is gonna look mushy. If it's painted, which it probably is, or if you have wallpaper on it for some reason, any kind of paneling, you'll have bubbling going on, and that's gonna look new. And you can go up there and feel it. If it feels soft and mushy, then that means it is definitely a fresh problem that's going on. Generally what that means is that you have some sealant issues on the exterior of your building, and those will be the tell signs of you're getting leaks into the substrate, and then it's manifesting itself inside of the building, unfortunately. Maybe it's a couple days after a rain. Look for water stains. Generally, water staining is gonna look like a calcium deposit or whatnot, or maybe some brown streaks if it hit some rust or some metal surfaces and it's running down your walls or running down a window, things like that. Any of your AC vents, you'll see some water stains on. So typically that's what you're gonna experience on the inside of your building after a rain. And if it's during a rain, hey, we all know what water looks like. We know what it looks like coming down a window. Just go ahead and feel it. Make sure it's not on the outside. And then you know you got water coming in. That's what you're gonna see on the interior of your building.